This video is sponsored by Aura. If you've ever experienced identity theft, think about what happened and how it impacted you. What did you learn from the experience, and what steps did you take to recover? Sharing your story can help others understand the importance of protecting their identity and inspire them to take action with Aura and their different features to avoid a similar situation. Data broker opt-out, identity theft protection, financial fraud protection, certified data security and privacy, VPN, antivirus, password manager, and 24/7 US-based support. Don't leave yourself open to hackers and scammers. Go to aura.com/KrystlynCrime to get your 14-day free trial. Thanks again to Aura for sponsoring this video. Floyd Allen, born in 1856 in Canna, Virginia, was a prominent but controversial figure in Carroll County, known for his wealth, influence, and violent tendencies. His family owned extensive farmland, a thriving general store, and held significant political sway as Southern Democrats. Allen, along with his brother Sidna, was licensed to produce alcohol. Despite his generosity, Floyd was infamous for his quick temper and a history of violent incidents, including assaults, shootings, and disputes with his own family. Allen's legal troubles included multiple convictions for assault, often stemming from personal disputes. He avoided harsher penalties through his influence, intimidation of witnesses, and appeals, including clemency from governors. His violent history included shooting his cousin, wounding a neighbor over a land dispute, and engaging in a gunfight with his brother Jasper, which left both men injured. The Allen family wielded considerable political power despite their notoriety. Floyd and his relatives were occasionally appointed to law enforcement positions, though they faced charges for abusing their authority. His brother Sidna was also embroiled in legal issues, including accusations of counterfeiting and perjury, though he avoided long-term imprisonment. The Allens family's influence began to wane when judicial reforms in Virginia, which centralized and professionalized the court system, limited local sway of political figures like Floyd Allen. In December of 1910 or 1911, an altercation at a corn shucking event in Hillsville escalated into a series of events involving Floyd Allen and his nephews, Wesley and Sidna Edwards. After Wesley kissed a girl linked to Will Thomas, a local youth, a fight ensued. The next day, Thomas and his friends reportedly assaulted Wesley, leading to a brawl involving Sidna. Both brothers were charged with multiple offenses, including disturbing a church service, and fled to North Carolina to avoid arrest. Deputy Samuels and his driver, Peter Easter, retrieved the Edward brothers from North Carolina, transporting them in a buggy with one handcuffed and the other tied. Along the way, Floyd Allen intercepted the buggy near his brother Sidna's property. A confrontation occurred when Floyd blocked the road, leading to a fight where Floyd disarmed and beat Deputy Samuels, released his nephews, and was wounded in the process. Samuels was left unconscious, and the horses ran off. Floyd later surrendered the Edwards brothers to the authorities, claiming he only intended to free them from their restraints. Wesley and Sidna were tried and convicted, receiving 60 and 30 days respectively, served on work release. The incident underscored the Allen family's contentious relationship with local law enforcement. By 1912, William Foster, a former Democrat turned Republican, served as the Commonwealth's attorney in Carroll County and was a political rival of the Allens. Foster had defeated Walter Allen, Floyd Allen's nephew, in a contentious election. Following the incident where Floyd Allen assaulted Deputy Samuels and released his nephews, Foster convened a grand jury to investigate. Floyd admitted to assaulting Samuels but denied intending to free the prisoners, claiming he acted because the boys were mistreated. The grand jury indicted Floyd for assault and interfering with deputies, along with Sidna and Barnett Allen. Sidna was never tried, and Barnett was acquitted, but Floyd faced trial amid rumors he had threatened Samuels, prompting the deputy to flee the state. Witness intimidation allegations led Judge Thornton L. Massey to confront Floyd and his brother, Constable Jack Allen. Both denied wrongdoing, but the judge warned he would deploy state troops if local law enforcement failed to uphold order. Floyd reportedly resented the judge's stern reprimand, signaling escalating tensions. Floyd Allen's trial for assaulting Deputy Samuels began on March 13, 1912, after nearly a year of delays, presided over by Judge Thornton L. Massey. The prosecution, led by Commonwealth Attorney William Foster, relied on Deputy Easter's testimony since Samuels had fled the state after receiving threats. Tensions were high, with many court officials armed due to fears of violence, and the courtroom was filled with armed Allen family members. The jury, sequestered overnight, returned a guilty verdict the next day, sentencing Floyd to 1 year in prison. Allen reportedly threatened Judge Massey after the verdict, saying, "If you sentence me on that verdict, I will kill you." As Judge Massey pronounced the sentence, shots erupted in the courtroom. The exact sequence of events is unclear, but accounts suggest Floyd initiated or escalated the gunfire. In the chaotic shootout, Floyd was wounded early, and courthouse officials, including Judge Massey, Sheriff Lew Webb, Commonwealth's Attorney Foster, and jury foreman Augustus Fowler, were fatally shot. A 19-year-old witness, Elizabeth Ayers, was also killed, and 7 others were wounded. The Allen clan, armed with pistols and shotguns, fled the scene. Floyd, too injured to escape, stayed at a local hotel where deputies arrested him later that night. During the arrest, he attempted suicide but was subdued. The courthouse massacre left a lasting mark on Carroll County's history, underscoring the Allen family's violent legacy. After the deadly courthouse shooting in Carroll County, Virginia law left the county without law enforcement since the sheriff had been killed. Assistant Clerk S. Floyd Landreth urgently requested help from Governor William Hodges Mann, who dispatched Baldwin Felts Detective Agency to apprehend the suspects. The state offered rewards for the Allens and their associates, dead or alive. Within a month, most suspects, including Friel Allen, Claude Allen, and Sidna Edwards, were captured. Friel surrendered voluntarily, fearing violent apprehension. During the manhunt, authorities discovered illegal liquor operations at Floyd Allen's and Sidna Edwards' properties. Sidna Allen and Wesley Edwards fled the state, evading capture for several months. They were eventually located in Iowa after an informant's tip, reportedly from Wesley's fiancée, Maud Eyeroller, or possibly her disapproving father. Baldwin Felts detectives arrested them in Des Moines and returned them to Virginia for trial. Floyd Allen was the first to stand trial for the murders of Judge Massey, Sheriff Webb, and Commonwealth's Attorney Foster, with Judge W.R. Staples presiding. Prosecutors argued that the Allens had conspired to kill court officials if Floyd was convicted. Witnesses, including former defense attorneys and other spectators, presented conflicting accounts of the shooting's origins, with the prosecution claiming that Floyd and Claude Allen initiated the gunfire. Key testimony highlighted the chaos of the event. Prosecution witnesses, former Judge Boland, testified that Claude Allen fired the first shot at Judge Massey, followed by Sidna Allen. Deputy Clerk Goad admitted to shooting Floyd after believing he was reaching for a weapon, but denied firing first. Several witnesses, including County Treasurer J.B. Marshall and others, recalled seeing members of the Allen family firing inside and outside the courtroom. Defense claims. The Allens alleged that Deputy Clerk Goad fired the first shot due to animosity towards the family. Floyd admitted shooting after being struck, while other family members, including Sidna and Claude Allen, acknowledged firing at court officials or deputies during the melee, but denied specific killings. Testimony described chaotic crossfire with over 50 bullets fired, multiple fatalities, and injuries. Floyd, severely wounded, was arrested, while other family members fled, later captured or surrendering. Ultimately, the trials portrayed a mixture of premeditation claims and defense allegations of a reactionary shootout. Floyd Allen was convicted of first-degree murder for the killing of Commonwealth's Attorney Foster, and his son, Claude Allen, was also convicted of first-degree and second-degree murder for the killing of Foster and Judge Massey. Both were sentenced to death and executed by electrocution on March 28, 1913. Other members of the Allen family faced varying sentences. Sidna Allen, sentenced to a total of 35 years for voluntary and second-degree murder charges. Wesley Edwards, sentenced to 27 years for second-degree murder. Sidna Edwards received 15 years for second-degree murder. Friel Allen, sentenced to 18 years for second-degree murder. Governors later pardoned Sidna Allen, Wesley Edwards, Friel Allen, and Sidna Edwards between 1922 and 1926. Victor Allen and Barnett Allen were acquitted, while cousin Burden Marion, implicated as an accomplice, had charges dropped, but was later imprisoned for illegal liquor production, where he died. The tragedy also led to financial ruin for the Allen family, with property seized and sold to compensate victims' heirs. Jack Allen, another family member, was fatally shot in 1916 during a dispute about the tragedy.